Pay close attention. What you truly want is not waiting somewhere in the future. In your imagination, it has already taken place. If you can fully accept that inner experience as a real fact, life will begin arranging itself to match what you have already assumed. Tonight, I want to share one of the most life-changing methods I have ever practiced. It is so simple that anyone can understand it, yet so powerful that it can seem to shorten the distance between where you are and what you desire. Imagine stepping into your future and then looking back as if everything you wanted has already become part of your past. Instead of hoping your dream will happen, you remember it as something that has already been completed. This is much more than ordinary visualization. It goes beyond simply imagining scenes in your mind. It is the art of creating memories before physical events appear. Once you learn to build memories of experiences that have not yet shown up in the outside world, the space between desire and reality begins to disappear. Stay with me, because the next part changes everything. Before I explain this method, you first need to understand the mistake most people make while trying to manifest. Nearly everyone places their dreams somewhere ahead of them. They picture success arriving one day. They believe happiness begins after the money comes, after love appears, or after the perfect opportunity finally arrives. They tell themselves, when I become wealthy, then I'll relax. When I meet the right person, then my life will feel complete. When I get that position, everything will improve. Can you see what is happening? Every time you place your dream in tomorrow, you silently move it farther away from today. You keep chasing something that always stays ahead of you. Tomorrow never truly arrives. The only moment that exists is this one. Everything is created in the present. As long as your wish remains locked inside the future, it cannot fully enter the only moment where change actually happens. Think about the words you repeat every day. When you say, "I will become successful," you are quietly admitting that success is missing now. When you say, "One day I'll be loved," you are confirming that love is absent in this moment. When you continue saying, "I'll have enough money someday," you are strengthening the feeling of not having enough today. Your inner state always comes first. Life reflects who you believe you are now, not who you expect to become later. If your awareness stays focused on lack, more experiences of lack seem to appear. If your mind remains trapped in waiting, life often feels like one long delay. This explains why many people spend years repeating affirmations or visualizing without seeing the changes they hoped for. They keep expecting instead of accepting. They keep reaching instead of receiving. Now let me share an idea that completely changes the way you look at manifestation. There is a powerful way to bring your future into this present moment, and strangely enough, it begins with the feeling of the past. At first, this may sound confusing, but keep listening, because everything is about to make sense. Think about a memory from yesterday. Notice how certain it feels. You are not hoping it happened. You are not wondering if it will happen. You simply know it already took place. There is no struggle, no doubt, and no effort. It carries the quiet confidence of something finished. That certainty is exactly what gives memories their power. Now ask yourself something simple. When you remember yesterday, do you question whether it was real? Do you feel nervous that it might never happen? Of course not. It already belongs to your experience. You accept it without resistance because your mind recognizes it as complete. That calm certainty is the exact feeling you want to bring to your desires. Imagine looking back on your dream the same way you look back on yesterday. Instead of hoping your wish arrives, remember it as though it has already become part of your story. Feel the quiet confidence of completion instead of the tension of expectation. This shift changes everything because your mind stops chasing and starts accepting. That feeling of "it's already done" carries an entirely different energy than "I hope it happens." This is where the gap between desire and physical experience begins to shrink. Here is the practice. It is simple, but give yourself permission to follow it exactly. Tonight, before you fall asleep, allow yourself to move beyond this present moment in your imagination. Travel to a point in your future where your desire has already been fulfilled. Don't focus on the exact second it arrived. Instead, Picture yourself living after it has already become a normal part of your life. Feel as though enough time has passed for your new reality to seem natural, familiar, and completely ordinary. Stay with that feeling. Let it become as believable as a memory from yesterday, because that quiet sense of completion is where true transformation begins. If your goal is financial freedom, don't keep seeing yourself waiting for a payment to arrive. Instead, place yourself months beyond that moment. Imagine waking up in a life where financial peace has already become normal. Bills are handled without stress. Decisions are made with confidence. Your new reality no longer feels surprising because you have been living it for some time. If your heart longs for a loving relationship, don't stop at the first meeting. Move beyond it. Picture yourself months into a healthy connection where trust, laughter, and comfort have become part of your daily routine. If success is your dream, don't focus only on reaching the finish line. See yourself after you've already settled into that success, when it feels as familiar as your morning routine. That small change makes a huge difference. One approach keeps you reaching. The other allows you to experience life from the feeling of already having. Close your eyes and let your imagination carry you forward. Stand inside the version of your life where your wish has already become ordinary. You are not asking if it will happen. Within this exercise, it has already happened. Stay with me because the next step is where everything begins to feel different. From this future point, gently look back. Think about the path that brought you here. Remember the conversations, the decisions, the unexpected opportunities, and the quiet moments that led to this new chapter. Instead of chasing the future, allow yourself to recall it as though it has already become one more meaningful memory in your life. Imagine you have always wanted to own a beautiful home. Rather than picturing the day you receive the keys, place yourself several months after moving in. Picture yourself sitting comfortably in your favorite room. Everything around you feels familiar. The walls, the furniture, the peaceful atmosphere, they all belong to your everyday life now. As you sit there, let your mind drift back naturally. Remember the excitement of unlocking the front door for the first time. Recall carrying in the first boxes and choosing where everything would go. Think about calling someone you care about to share the wonderful news. Smile as you remember that first peaceful evening when you realized your dream had become real. Notice what you are doing. You are not forcing yourself to believe something impossible. You are allowing your mind to experience a completed story instead of an unfinished one. This changes your emotional state. Instead of constantly waiting, you begin feeling settled. Instead of wondering if life will ever change, you quietly accept a different inner experience. That calm acceptance creates a completely different relationship with your goal. It replaces pressure with confidence and uncertainty with quiet trust. The next part is something most people overlook, and it may be the missing piece you've been searching for. The feeling matters just as much as the picture in your mind. Think about something simple that happened yesterday. You don't struggle to believe it. You don't repeat it over and over to convince yourself. You simply know it took place. That gentle certainty is the emotional quality you want to practice. Not intense excitement, not desperate hope, just a relaxed sense of completion. The more natural the feeling becomes, the less energy you spend chasing what you want. Many people stay trapped because they constantly remind themselves that their dream is still far away. Every day becomes another day of waiting. Instead, train your attention to become familiar with the emotional experience of already living the life you desire. Over time, this way of thinking begins changing your choices, your confidence, and the opportunities you notice around you. Life often starts unfolding through unexpected conversations, surprising ideas, and doors that seemed invisible before. You don't have to force every step. You simply continue returning to that calm inner knowing until it feels as ordinary as remembering yesterday. Practice it consistently, especially before sleep, when your mind is quiet and receptive. Let that peaceful feeling become more familiar than worry. With repetition, what once seemed distant begins to feel close, and what once felt impossible starts becoming part of the story you naturally expect your life to tell. After practicing this approach consistently, she noticed an unexpected shift. The biggest change wasn't in her bank account at first, it was in the way she felt every single day. The constant pressure to make something happen slowly disappeared. The endless questions of, when will it arrive, became quieter. In their place came a steady sense of confidence that felt surprisingly natural. She no longer reacted to every bill or every delay with fear because, in her inner world, the outcome already felt complete. She carried herself differently. She spoke differently. She made decisions with greater peace instead of panic. Then something completely unexpected unfolded. An opportunity appeared from a direction she had never planned for. It wasn't the path she had imagined, yet it provided exactly what she needed at exactly the right moment. Looking back, she realized the greatest transformation had happened inside her long before the physical results showed up. Once her inner experience changed, her outer circumstances gradually reflected that new state. Stay with me because this next idea ties everything together. The purpose of this exercise is not to force life to obey you. It is to train your mind to become familiar with the emotional experience of already living your desired reality. When that feeling becomes natural instead of forced, your daily actions, conversations, and decisions begin aligning with it without constant effort. Think of time differently for a moment. Most people believe every important event exists somewhere far ahead, separated from them by weeks, months, or even years. But your imagination is not limited by a calendar. Within a single quiet moment, you can step into a future where your goal has already become part of everyday life. From there, today's worries immediately lose much of their weight. Instead of measuring how long something might take, you begin experiencing what it feels like after everything has already settled into place. That change in perspective removes much of the emotional distance between you and your dream. Rather than constantly reaching forward, you begin living from a feeling of quiet completion. Each morning, before checking your phone or rushing into your responsibilities, spend a couple of peaceful minutes returning to that inner scene. Place yourself in the life you desire. Let it feel familiar. Then gently remember the moments that brought you there, just as you would recall a meaningful experience from your own past. During the day, whenever worry appears, notice it without fighting it. Then calmly return your attention to the feeling that your desired outcome already belongs to your story. Over time, this repeated practice builds a new mental habit that feels less like pretending and more like remembering something deeply familiar. You can apply this mindset to almost any meaningful goal. If financial freedom is important to you, remember the relief of seeing everything finally fall into place. Picture yourself smiling as you think back to the day your situation changed. If you're hoping for a loving relationship, imagine yourself recalling the first conversation, the shared laughter, and the moment you realized your lives naturally came together. If your dream is career success, see yourself remembering the phone call, the meeting, or the opportunity that opened a new chapter. If your focus is better health, imagine looking back with gratitude on the day you noticed your strength returning and your confidence growing again. In every example, the emotional quality remains the same. There is no chasing, no pleading, no desperate waiting. There is only the calm recognition of something that already feels complete within your imagination. That peaceful certainty influences how you carry yourself today. It changes your attention, your expectations, and often the opportunities you recognize around you. Continue returning to that feeling with patience and consistency. Allow it to become as natural as remembering yesterday, because the more familiar that inner experience becomes, the more naturally your present actions begin reflecting the future you have already chosen to live from. When you continue practicing this method day after day, you begin to notice a quiet but powerful transformation taking place within you. At first, the change is subtle. Your thoughts become calmer, your emotions become steadier. Then something even more remarkable begins to happen. You stop obsessing over how your desire is going to appear. You no longer spend hours trying to solve every problem in advance or forcing yourself to find the perfect plan. The constant need to control every detail slowly disappears. Why does this happen? Because when you remember something from your past, you never sit there wondering how every tiny event unfolded. You simply accept that it happened. The outcome is already complete, so the path that led there no longer feels important. That same feeling begins to develop toward your desire. Instead of chasing it, you naturally accept it as part of your story. This is one of the deepest forms of detachment. You are not letting go of your dream, you are letting go of the pressure to control the process. You release the need to force every step because, in your inner experience, the destination has already been reached. That relaxed certainty creates space for life to unfold in ways your logical mind could never have planned. New ideas arrive at unexpected moments. Conversations lead to surprising opportunities. Doors open where there once seemed to be walls. Solutions appear without endless struggle. What once looked impossible starts becoming possible because you are no longer resisting the journey. Instead of trying to build every step with fear and effort, you allow the path to reveal itself naturally, one piece at a time. I once spoke with a man whose greatest dream was to build a successful business. The vision was clear in his mind, but every practical detail seemed to stand against him. He believed he lacked the money to begin, the right connections to grow, and the experience to compete. Each time he thought about his dream, his attention immediately returned to everything that was missing. The obstacles felt so large that they convinced him nothing could move forward. Rather than focusing on the future he wanted, he kept reliving the problems standing in front of him. I encouraged him to stop asking, "How will this happen?" and instead place himself in a future where the business had already become successful. I asked him to imagine that an entire year had passed, his company was growing, customers were happy, and everything had become part of his normal life. From that future moment, I suggested he gently look back and remember how everything had unfolded. Night after night, he practiced this exercise with patience. Slowly, his relationship with the dream changed. The fear that once dominated his thinking became quieter. The endless questions faded. Instead of seeing roadblocks everywhere, he began noticing possibilities. He carried himself with the confidence of someone who believed the outcome already belonged to him. Over the following months, events unfolded in ways he never could have predicted. A former co-worker unexpectedly expressed interest in partnering with him. An ordinary conversation introduced him to someone who became his first major client. Financial support arrived through opportunities he had never considered before. Looking back, he realized that nothing happened the way he originally planned, yet everything came together exactly when it needed to. The moment he stopped trying to force every detail and began living from the quiet confidence that it was already accomplished, the path seemed to unfold naturally before him. Before we end, I want to leave you with one final thought that has the power to change the way you look at every dream you have ever held. The greatest shift does not happen when the outside world changes. It begins the moment your inner experience changes. Most people spend years waiting for life to give them permission to feel successful, peaceful, loved, secure, or abundant. They believe those feelings come after the result appears. But what if the order is reversed? What if your greatest strength is your ability to choose a new inner position before your circumstances fully reflect it? That is what this practice is really about. It is not about pretending that problems do not exist. It is not about ignoring reality or refusing to take action. It is about refusing to let today's circumstances become the final decision about tomorrow's possibilities. Every meaningful achievement begins as an unseen idea before it becomes visible. Every invention, every business, every relationship, every personal transformation first exists as a possibility within someone's mind before it becomes part of everyday life. When you consistently return to the feeling of completion instead of the feeling of lack, you begin changing the way you think, the way you speak, the way you make decisions, and the opportunities you recognize. Your attention naturally shifts away from limitation and toward possibility. Stay with this practice, because many people give up just before they begin noticing how much they have already changed inside. Tonight, give yourself a simple challenge. Choose one desire that truly matters to you. Don't scatter your attention across 10 different goals. Focus on one meaningful outcome. Find a quiet place where you will not be interrupted. Take a slow breath, allow your body to relax, and let your imagination carry you several months into the future. Picture yourself living an ordinary day in the life you once dreamed about. Notice how natural everything feels. The goal has already become part of your daily routine. There is no dramatic celebration because you are no longer waiting for it. You are living it. Look around in your imagination. What do you see? What sounds do you hear? What conversations are taking place? How do you carry yourself? What has changed about the way you think? Now gently look back and remember the moments that brought you there. Recall the day everything started falling into place. Remember the phone call, the email, the opportunity, the conversation, or the unexpected event that opened the next chapter of your life. Feel the quiet gratitude that comes from looking back on something meaningful that has already happened. Don't rush through the experience. Allow your mind to explore it naturally, just as you would remember a favorite memory from your own past. The goal is not to create perfect mental pictures. The goal is to become familiar with the emotional experience of already having what you once desired. That calm familiarity is often far more powerful than intense excitement because it removes the feeling of chasing and replaces it with quiet confidence. As you continue practicing over the coming days and weeks, don't measure your progress only by what you can immediately see. Pay attention to the changes taking place within you. Notice if you react with less fear. Notice if you make decisions with greater confidence. Notice if you begin recognizing opportunities that once escaped your attention. Real transformation often begins in small, almost invisible ways before it becomes impossible to ignore. One conversation can introduce a new opportunity. One idea can lead to a completely different direction. One unexpected meeting can change the course of your future. Life has countless ways of surprising you, and many of those possibilities cannot be predicted in advance. Your responsibility is not to force every outcome or control every step. Your responsibility is to continue showing up each day with clarity, patience, gratitude, and consistent action. Let your imagination inspire your direction, but let your daily choices give that direction substance. Continue learning, continue improving, continue taking the next step in front of you while holding on to the quiet confidence that meaningful progress is always possible. Thank you for spending this time with me and allowing these ideas to become part of your journey. If this message encouraged you, carry it into your everyday life instead of leaving it behind when this video ends. Practice consistently, stay patient with yourself, and remember that lasting change is built through repeated thoughts, repeated choices, and repeated actions. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, keep moving forward with purpose, believe in your ability to grow, and never underestimate the power of a single new perspective. I truly appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.